Good morning, everybody. Let's have a look at some of these coins. We're going to focus basically on Bitcoin on this one, and then we're going to do some altcoins on my next ones. So basically, long story short, it looks as though we've had significant bounces from the centre of this Bollinger Band. I was saying on my live stream for my Patreon members last night, the obvious place to pick up any kind of bounce if we ever get there, especially for something like Bitcoin, which is the dictator of the market, and we have a big drop like this. You try and keep it as simple as possible, and you pick this up at the centre of the Bollinger Band. When we're above it, we're more likely to stay above it. If we're below it, we're more likely to stay below it. So if you ever come down to test the centre of the Bollinger Band, which is the 20 daily moving average on this occasion, then the odds are still in your favour. You're looking to essentially buy a dip, which is basically what happened here. Bought this dip, then what happened is it was not a failed rally. Came up to test this area here. This was the support of this zone here, and I suppose you could consider it to be a rejection here, and so it was there, and then back down. The Bollinger Band caught back up to us and gave us another opportunity to move, which is what happened yesterday, and now we broke through this level of resistance, basically 36,500 or so. Now the next level of resistance is here, and we've pushed above it, but you know, it doesn't look too convincing at the moment. Now this is the opportunity now for Bitcoin to carry on with its actual rally. If it does carry on with its rally, we can all get very excited at making a new high reasonably soon. And if it fails that rally, then I would probably say that we'll come back down to Bollinger Band. Bollinger Band is catching up with us each time, and every single time we could look at trying to pick it up as a bounce. Again, you know, I'm no financial advisor, so this is not financial advice. So looking at it in a simplistic term, we're above all major moving averages, you know, 250, 20, 10, 7, and we're above technically all levels of resistance of any significance. Then the only things that we need to look at now would be the simple $40,000, which is basically, you know, the candle body bottom, candle body top. Yeah, and then, you know, I'd imagine we sail up to a new all-time high. So when it comes to looking at other, I suppose, things of interest, we need to look at the Dixie chart, and the Dixie has done its move, but personally, you know, it's meandering below this 200 exponential moving average. Until that ever gets reclaimed, I'm not really looking for any kind of significant move up for the Dixie. This could potentially be it for now. However, it's now, I wouldn't say it's strong. It's definitely not the right word. It's certainly not strong. But we are sort of, I suppose, moving between zones. So support zone, resistance zone, and we're between the zones. But I wouldn't call it strong. I certainly wouldn't call it strong. And I also wouldn't call it particularly weak. But it is a very, very bearish chart on every time frame. So I would expect to see for the majority of this year, we'll be dancing around the upper 80s, especially with stimulus and Fed printing and just all the other madness which is going on in America. This is the sort of thing that I would expect to see, dancing around probably between these levels. And you know, I'm picking up bounces because if we have a look at the weekly, for instance, and maybe it might even be better on the monthly, but we'll start on the weekly. We can see that last time we did have a significant correction from the upper levels. This is where we bounced from, and it took quite a while for it to happen. These are weekly candles, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 weeks it took for it to have any kind of significant bounce. And you know, it's just a coincidence, I'm sure, but it's not really. This is also the last time Bitcoin put in its top, you know, 2017 into 18. So there's more than just correlation here. I mean, it's not coincidence, it's correlation. So I don't think we're going to have any kind of move like this, but it wouldn't surprise me if we did kind of have a kind of a rally. But what we're doing here is we're consolidating from this big move here. So a big move, up, drop, lower high, drop, probably going to form a lower low at some point, and so on until something happens fundamentally in America, which is going to change the projection of this bearish chart. Anyway, all of that is good for Bitcoin in the short term. Perhaps maybe not so great, but Bitcoin's looking pretty good at the moment, and a new higher high could be formed maybe this week, maybe this weekend,
bit early to sell. We're looking to see if we have a candle closure above these levels, and we've got this level here, and then we're up and away. But for the moment, I'm not going to get too excited, but we are reclaiming nicely levels of resistance, turning them to support and major moving averages. So good news. Anyway, if you want to join my Patreon, you get access to 2 live streams a week. We did one last night, the next one will be Friday, £7.50, all in, exclusive content, access to me, access to the live streams, tutorials, daily updates, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, feel free to join that channel. If not, I've got a Telegram chat which is absolutely free, but it's so busy that you won't really get to hear much from me, but I still make an appearance where possible. Take it easy, thanks for watching.